We're in Palisades, Idaho, and we're on our way to the South Tetons. We're actually on the South Tetons. I consider this the South Tetons, but we're up here to investigate 3 or 4 sighting locations. Depends on how many of those locations we can get to. It's November 1st, 2013. There's snow up here. I don't know if you can see in the background. It's getting kind of dark, but we're driving by, and I wanted to bring you guys out to Palisades because we kind of had a Bigfoot encounter, a suspect Bigfoot encounter during a family vacation. We stayed at Palisades on the backside. Right now we're on the freeway side, but back behind these mountains back here is where we camped, and we used that as a base camp to take our family and kids to Jackson. We took them to the Tetons, we took them to Yellowstone and all that. Well, 6 days into the trip, Jenny, me, and our kids, we hiked on the backside of Palisades, and we actually, I don't know if you can see right there, but the hiking trail that we take actually takes you to the lake. It's 12 miles, 6 miles in, 6 miles out to get to the lake on the remote backside, and it's quite a hike. You start about 6,500 feet, and when you get to the top, coming over the top, it's 8,500 feet. Well, coming over the top, we found 4 sets of Bigfoot tracks. We found 7 and 11 inchers, and we thought it was strange that someone was going to be hiking in that crazy condition barefoot with their child. You know, 11 inch and 7 inch, those are within the realms of a human size. But the really strange thing when we found them is they weren't following the trail. They just crossed the trail, and they were going into the thick stuff and everything. And then about 50 feet later, we found a 17-inch footprint. I mean, a giant footprint. And then we started finding 14s, and we kept finding on the top there, we kept finding 17s, 14s, 11s, and 7s. So 4 individuals. Well, anyway, they started vocalizing around us with these guttural whoops. And it's like we slipped up between them. And the larger group was down below in a wash, we believe, because that's where most of the vocalizations were coming out of. And then there was one up above us that was vocalizing down to them. But anyway, we were taking photos on either side of us where we were hearing movement, the noises, the direction the footprints were going from, and actually the area where we were hearing a lot of guttural whoops coming from down in this draw. Jenny thought it was a real pretty place to take a picture anyway, and she took a picture down there. Well, we seen a suspect Bigfoot tree peeking at us from down there. Half of its left shoulder, its arm, and part of its arm's in the sunlight, and its fingers and thumb and everything you can see, and it looks black when it's in the shade of the tree, and it's peeking behind a pine tree at us. And you see half of its head, half of its neck, and then its entire left side. You even see its thigh and knee out there. We haven't released the photograph. We've been kind of debating back and forth since June 26, 2013. Today's November 1st. You know, nobody believes a still photo, and we don't know if to believe it. None of us seen it with our own 2 eyes. We just had the activity going around us, and we're finding the footprints and so forth. But we have a picture of a suspect Bigfoot, and that's what it is, a suspect. And I think we're going to release it as suspect, and anybody that looks at it can make up their mind. I believe if there is a Bigfoot, I think it is. We got a really good arm, hands, fingers, and you can see the fur out in the sunlight. After we release this, I'm going to release that photo, and it's still suspect to me. I didn't see it with my own 2 eyes. We just heard the whoops, we heard the movement, we saw the footprints, and we'll release the footprints and stuff along with it. But that was our family trip. Our kids really aren't into Bigfooting, and on that 6th day when we were on the hike, they acted like they were duped. We started finding footprints, this and that. We started hearing moving around them, whooping, and you know, our kids are like, what? I thought this was a family vacation you guys took as Bigfooting. Well, here in Palisades, I mean, there's a lot of sightings in the South Tetons, but in Palisades, I haven't seen a single sighting report. Doesn't mean people haven't seen them here, but Jenny, I, and our kids had a deal going on here. We didn't get any video of what was going on. We weren't prepared. All we had was a still photograph type camera with this, so we got still photos of the suspect Bigfoot, all the footprints, and so forth. So I think it's time to release it. The public can decide for themselves. It's suspect to me. A lot of the people in our organization that don't want us to release it, they weren't there, they didn't see and hear what was happening, but I want to release it. It's a dang good photograph to me, and you know, it may be real, it may not be, but it looks like fur and an arm and a left side of a Bigfoot to me, so I'm going to release it, and then you guys can decide for yourselves. But it's pretty cold. There's snow up here. We're above 8,000 feet right now, and we want to get to our base camp in the South Tetons, so me and Jenny are going to take off, but I'm going to release those photographs for you guys, and you guys can decide for yourselves. But this is Palisades, Idaho.